Hi everyone, this is Cindy with Create the Heart, and I'm back to share what I plan on using for my daily December. So this year I decided to kind of combine sort of my album, my Christmas album with my December daily and just make sort of a Christmas album. So I'm going to show you what I decided to do. So this was just a simple design, my own design, not too hard. It measures, not real big, measures 7.5 by almost 6 inches. So I'm using the Merry Days for this collection, and I used a couple of sheets of 12 by 12. The rest is the 6 by 8. And I actually am working on another project using this as well. So here it is, and it has like one sad sheet of paper in here. So I've been using this. I'm using it for another project, and I will be sharing that project. Also, I am using these cards, and I use these cards in my other project that I'm going to be working on. I'm going to share with you guys shortly, but I'm using these cards as well. I'm going to show you how I use those. And then I'm going to have another project with those as well. So for the cover, I used the chipboard, the Merry Days chipboard. I used the Joy, and I used this girl giving a present. And then for the side, I used pom-pom trim. And then I just had this one small strip of these roses, and they are glittered in my stash. I have no idea where I got them or how long I've had them, but I found it and I decided to attach that, and that was all attached with hot glue. And then I just have a very simple red polka and white polka dot ribbon as my closure, and this was also in my stash. It was just this one long string, and I decided to go ahead and use that one. So on the inside of my album, I do have a pocket. I put a little pom-pom trim here, and then there is a clip. This is from the Merry Days collection. And then all I put in here are things that are going to be future like journal spots. Because the idea behind this album is that I'm going to pre-decorate it mostly, and then I'm going to have, kind of pre-made journaling spots ready to go. And then if I want to decorate, I can kind of decorate on the minimum or decorate at the end. But at least it'll be easy for me to just put my pictures in without having to also set it up every day. So this is one of the cards, and it's kind of interesting because some of these cards have these like punch out little ornaments, I guess you could say. I don't know if you can use them as ornaments. I use them in a variety of different ways, and I'll show you that. But I did put a card here because I thought that that could be used to journal, or even at the end if I want to do a lot of journaling. I have this Dear Santa card, which came in the ephemera pack. And I used a bunch of the tags. So I have this December cut apart, this Nutcracker cut apart, and then I have these tags right here, which all came in the ephemera. And then these particular ones, I went ahead and I put just some stretchy silver string on them. And so these are ready to be tucked in for journaling. And then I have a couple tucks things that I've already kind of set in place. So what I did was I went ahead and I have the 12 by 12, I did, cut aparts with the countdown. So they had numbers. I just cut them apart. And then I used those to set up my 25 days of Christmas. So this is day 1. And then each of these has a pocket. So this one's day 2. And then that one is day 3, ready to go. And then I just used the scraps that I had to make my tabs. I just tried really hard to be smart and use up all the pieces that I can, because once Merry Days is gone, it'll be gone at least for a while anyway. Then here's Jingle All the Way. I figured this would be a good place to do journaling because it's got this kind of white space. And then this is day 4, and day 4, so it doesn't come out. This is one of the cards, the Merry Days cards. Oh yeah, by the way, I also forgot to mention that I made this using cards and envelopes to make this album. So this is the envelope back of the envelope. So here's the front of the envelope. I just sliced off the top, and then this is a pocket. And then this is the other part of the envelope. So I kind of attached the envelopes together. So this is day 4, and then this is day 5. And what I did for day 5 is this is another one of those Merry Days cards. And so I popped out the ornament because I'm going to use it somewhere else. And I left this blank because I figured I could slide a picture in. It'd be really cute. And there's still, it's very light here, so you could still do journaling or journaling on the white part right here. This is day 6. Here is day 7 and 8. Ready to go. So yes, I forgot that I actually used Recollections cards and envelopes from Michaels that I've had in my stash forever, because I used to make a lot of these style albums or different styles using cards and envelopes. So that's what I used. Here's 9, here's 10, and then here's 11, and then there's 12. I just love this paper so, so much, but I do want to use other paper, so I'll be moving along for Merry Days in a little bit. 13, 14, this is another one of the cards, and then all I did was just put the 14 on top, and then inside, so you can see card, and then I use this. So here's another one of the cards, and what I did was I made sure to glue down the ornament, because it's supposed to be an ornament right here, because I just want it glued down. And then this is kind of left blank because I could put something here if I want. I can leave it blank. I could journal. You know, you just kind of don't know how your month is going to go. Okay, this is all blank space right here. And then we move on to 15 and 16. This is from the ephemera. This one is 17. That one's left blank. Can journal. I can make lists in those spots of things. Here's 18, and then here's another one of those cards, and I glued it down, so I could put a picture on top, I could put a picture on the side, I can leave it blank and just journal, I mean, whatever I want to do. So, and then here's 19, and then here's another place to put a picture or to journal. So I thought for this one, I would put the picture like here, and then it could open up, and then the journaling can go behind it, is what I'm thinking for that. So these are using these, and a lot of people hold these Merry Days cards. I mean, they're really cute. You could just use them as cards, but I decided to be different. Here's 19, and then 20. So I tried to build in space to do other things if I wanted to. If I wanted to create, like, you know, traditions, if we did something that used up, you know, more pictures, I have space for that. So it's hard to think of in advance, but it's just a way to kind of get ahead of the game. Here's 21, 22. So you can see also I used a lot of sort of scraps, right? I try to use up the scraps because I do have a lot of scraps. Here is this one, and this is kind of left open. This is from the ephemera. This is 23, and this is another card. And so what I did was, this is the front of the card, but I just put it on the inside. I just folded it differently, and I put a piece of paper here on top. So there's a place here for a picture, and then inside there's a place for another picture, or I could journal here, or journal here. So there's some options there. And then here's 24. And what I did with 24 is I kept 24. I thought maybe I could do a picture here, or I could journal here. And then I have a bunch of places that I left for the 24th, because we do have a big party on the 24th. So there's plenty of room for pictures. My mom, it's at my mom's house. We have a huge dinner, and everyone comes, including my cousins who are grown with their own children. They come, and so it's really fun. My kids play with their kids, so they're all playing with all their second cousins and first cousins. And when I was a kid, my cousins would come over, and it was just the most favorite time of the year. And my mom makes our family recipe for stuffing, so it's really magical. So I left lots of space for that, because I knew that I'd have a lot of pictures and a lot of things to say about that day. And the paper is just really fun. Really fun. So here's the 25th. So I gave myself plenty of space. There's another one of these cards, which I just put in. Pictures, journaling. This paper, which I love. And then this is where I put that ornament. So right here. And I still have a lot of cards left and envelopes. So I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with those. Here, and then all done. So it's ready to go to just put pictures in and journaling, and then there's no pressure. So if I want to add, stickers and other things that are quick and easy, I can do that. But when I was doing my December daily, I had to kind of create the places to put my pictures for every day. And so that's where I think, I was getting a little overwhelmed. And Christmas is 10 times more of a busy month, December is, than November. Or October, I'm sorry, October. So I just feel like I needed to get ahead of the game and just make my album. And I know a lot of people are doing that, I think, for the same reason, but this is just a little bit different style. So again, I used cards and envelopes, and I just used just a really simple, and there's lots of tutorials. I just kind of did my own thing on it. And it's a chipboard cover and a ribbon closure. It's pretty easy, and it's all using Merry Days product. So I've done 2 Merry Days projects now. I've done my planner, and I've done this, and I'm working on a 3rd Merry Days project. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for watching. This is Cindy with Cricut with a Heart.